Hey y'all, so today we are going to be talking about a bunch of different ways that you can use the Savvy Minerals Diamond Dust Veil and this guy, the veil brush. Y'all, I love this brush. My friends and I named him Alejandro because he is very, very sexy. I just love this brush, y'all. I really, really do. So anyway, but all that aside, that was a little awkward. We are going to talk about ways to use the veil to add luminosity to your foundation, to add highlight, and even lengthen your lashes a little bit. So if you're interested in learning some different ways to use the Diamond Dust Veil, then keep on watching. Okay, so I've already got my eyes done. I normally do my eyes first. I'm actually filming a tutorial on this smoky eye. It was requested from a picture that I posted on my Instagram and Facebook page. But I thought this would be a good time to kind of show you some ways that I use the veil. As I shared in my Savvy Minerals step-by-step concealer video, I use it as part of my concealer process to add a little bit of brightness because I'm already the lightest shade, so I can't go a step down, but adding in some of the Diamond Dust Veil really does help add some brightness there, and it's been working really, really well for me. I already have some Cool One laid down there, and I'm just going to take a little bit on my beauty sponge here, and then I'm going to lightly tap it over the Cool One, very lightly. You don't want to go too heavy-handed with this, so it has a lot of shimmer in it, and shimmer is not exactly something you normally want under your eye. And then I'm going to kind of sandwich that in with another very light layer of Cool One. And what it does is, like I said, it just kind of helps add some brightness. It's great for girls like me who are already in the lightest shade of foundation, or, you know, for those of us who don't want to buy 2 shades of foundation just to have concealer, right? And like I said in my concealer video, which you should watch because I have some other tips and tricks in there, adding the additional layer of Cool One on top takes away the shimmer. So you get the brightness without the sparkle. Okay, so that's one way. So another way that I've heard people using the Diamond Dust Veil is under their foundation. Some people have even said that they use it under their foundation as kind of an oil control measure. I tried that. It did not work for me. I normally don't have issues with oiliness with the Savvy Minerals foundation, but when I used the Diamond Dust Veil underneath, I did. However, it can, if you have dry skin or normal skin, feel free to try that because it does add a bit more luminosity to the foundation. What I like to do is I put a little bit where I would normally put my highlight before I do my foundation. I don't typically get oily on my cheekbones, so it's not a problem. I don't do it through the T-zone because I do get oily there. So I really restrict it to just there on the cheekbones under the foundation. Okay, so I've done the rest of my face, and now we're going to talk about a few other ways that you can use the veil. The main way that I use it and is as kind of a finishing step. Some people put it all over their face. I don't. I like to use it strategically. So I get a little bit on the top of my big, what do they call this one? The veil brush. I call him Alejandro because he's very sexy. So I get a little bit on there, and then I tap it into the lid there. And then I just tap it off on the back of my hand just to get most of it off. And then I go through the T-zone. I really love what this does to my nose. My nose is a trouble spot for me, and this really helps to just smooth the texture on my nose out. You could certainly use it all over your face. What I would say though is to make sure if you're using it as the finishing step over your skin, use very light hand. Get and tap this off, tap your brush off really, really well. Otherwise, it's going to come off very shiny and sparkly and pink on your skin, and that's not really the look that you want. But if you use just a sparing amount with a light hand, you really get just this beautiful airbrushed finish. And I think that it's perfectly fine even to do that even for oily skin. You can also go in with a highlighter brush and go back over that spot where you put it underneath. But you can see there's already a lot of shine there. But if you want to just, if you like a pop and highlight, girl, dip it in, tap it off, and blang up that cheekbone. You can also go tip of the nose, Cupid's bow, wherever you would do highlight. Sometimes I like to combine it with Wanderlust to get something a little bit warmer, but for today, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Another way that I like to use it is I take a small brush and I dip it in there and tap it off real good. And then I just kind of go right there in that inner corner. I tend to get kind of shadowy there. And that just helps add a little bit more light to that particular area of my face. One of the things that I really love about the veil is that it just adds this sort of airbrushed look wherever you put it and a bit more luminosity. Another reason why I like to use it strategically and not just put it all over my face. However, if you have dry skin and you feel like you need a little bit of extra help, you could certainly put a layer under your foundation or do a light dusting over your foundation, or both, depending on your preference. You do you. I have to say, one of my all-time favorite ways to use the veil is for the lash trick. I've demonstrated this before, but I'll show you again just for the sake of demonstrating all the tips in one video. You put on a coat of mascara and then you coat your lashes with the veil. And then you go over with another coat of mascara. And the veil sort of acts as fibers, but unlike traditional fiber mascara, it holds the curl beautifully and it doesn't flake off. I can't wear regular fiber mascaras because I wear contacts, and the fibers will flake off into my contacts and then my eyes get irritated and it's just not a good scene. So anyway, those are my tips on how to use the veil. I hope you found that helpful. If so, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing. It would make me do a little happy dance. If you have any comments or questions about anything that I shared or other ways that you like to use the veil, put those down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. You can also find me on Facebook at Savvy Girls Guide or Instagram at SavvyGirlsGuide_YL. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.